Hello there. Welcome back to the Football Tribe YouTube channel. Robert K. Sarkozy is my name. I don't know if it's luck or luck finds those that have prepared themselves. Whichever you believe in, Vincent Kompany is destined to be the next FC Bayern Munich manager. It is reported, according to Fabrizio Romano, that the Belgian international and former Manchester City captain is to be handed a 3-year contract at the Allianz Arena. The two clubs have agreed. Bayern Munich have agreed to pay Burnley 12 million euros in compensation fees for the departing Vincent Kompany. Quite incredible news. As we all know, he's a student of Pep Guardiola as a player, and even at the time when he was doing his coaching badges, of course. But his first career in terms of coaching was with Anderlecht. That's where Burnley got him out of, and then he won them the championship. That was last season, the 2022-2023 season, with a record 101 points. They were playing quite incredible football. This season, in the Premier League, they played good football. The good football wasn't just good enough to get them the results they needed to stay in the top flight, so they ended up being relegated. But despite all that, Bayern Munich have stuck their heads out and are ready to appoint Vincent Kompany as their next manager. Well, for all the managers that have said no to them, it could work out to be a blessing in disguise that they get the perfect fit for their club. A young manager, progressive, well still early in his career. Of course, it is a huge gamble because Vincent Kompany has never managed a big club. He has been a captain of a club that is trying to be a big club, or that is a big club, depending on which side you dissect that in Manchester City. So that's the best you can say about his CV. Of course, Anderlecht is a big club back in Belgium, but I mean, we cannot compare it to the likes of FC Bayern Munich, the likes of Arsenal, the likes of Manchester United, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Juventus, AC Milan, Inter Milan, the gigantic clubs of European football. But it is what it is. He is destined for the Allianz Arena on a 3-year contract. The kind of reception that he will get from the players and the top brass at the club may well impact on his success. If your hurricane and your manager is Vincent Kompany, with the age difference not being so big, one could beg the question whether he will get the respect that he deserves as a manager from such players, the likes of Thomas Muller. It's always challenging for young managers to, try and coach and command those senior players. I think Mikel Arteta was blessed enough, or at least did his best to impose himself on the players. And we saw where things didn't work out. They had to leave. He had to let go the likes of Socrates, the likes of Squadron Mustafi, the likes of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, the likes of Mesut Ozil, and all the other players that he had to let go of. Some of whom it wasn't really about their age and, trying to, say we cannot be under the charges of Arteta. But again, when you have an experienced squad and you're bringing in a manager that has only been in two roles for his coaching career, of course, there will be questions among the senior players of the club. So that's to be expected. But anyway, Vincent Kompany to Bayern Munich is a here we go. That's according to Fabrizio Romano. Anyway, elsewhere, maybe I should mention that West Ham part ways with David Moyes, and they now have Julian Lopetegui as their new manager. Of course, he is a manager with plenty of experience, having been the head coach for Spain at some point. That was prior to the 2018 FIFA World Cup. Of course, he didn't go with Spain to the World Cup because he then was appointed Real Madrid manager. That one ended bitterly, and then, of course, at the national team, they weren't pleased with him that he had made that kind of decision. And then, of course, he went on to have a role with Sevilla, where he was fired. He did have a stint with Wolverhampton Wanderers. Not that it didn't really work out, but they had disagreements over transfer policy and all, club spending and all those things. So they could not continue with him. And now he has earned himself the job as the next West Ham manager. So Julian Lopetegui will be at West Ham. As far as Barcelona is concerned, Hansi Flick is the next man walking in at the Olympic Stadium or at the Camp Nou once their renovations are done there. At Juventus, we all know by now Thiago Motta is the man going to be in charge after parting ways with Bologna. And then, of course, at Manchester United, we do wait, hoping that either Erik ten Hag will stay, or if they do decide to let go of Erik ten Hag, maybe we'll see a new face in there at Old Trafford. And at Chelsea, we do expect a new face after they decided to let go of Mauricio Pochettino. The jury is still out there. They're really still searching for their manager and the options that they are looking out for. We did discuss those in my earlier video. Do check that out. Of course, the likes of Enzo Mascara, the likes of McKennie of Ipswich, the likes of Thomas Frank, and among other managers out there. Of course, we do know that Brighton are also in the market searching for a new manager, while Wayne Rooney was appointed the Plymouth manager. So clearly, things are happening as far as managerial roles go in this campaign. Anyway, do let me know if you think Vincent Kompany will crack it at Bayern Munich, or whether you have reservations like I do as far as that role is concerned. Not in his personal abilities per se as a coach, but when it comes to handling such a gigantic club with all its pressures, with the rebuild that they really want to do, because it looks like they want to phase out the likes of Joshua Kimmich, Leon Goretzka. That means rebuilding that midfield. Of course, they just signed Hurricane, who is more or less in the evenings of his career. So you do not expect him to be at Bayern Munich for, smashing it for the next 5 years. And then we've all had reports that they are open to letting go of players like Leroy Sen, Serge Gnabry. Whether they let them go this summer or a year after that, it all means that there will be some form of rebuilding that will be done at Bayern Munich. Of course, they've already started on that, looking at players like Jamal Musiala to lead that rebuild. There's a young midfielder there called, I think, Pavlovic in that midfield. So they are looking to rebuild that team. Eventually, you'll have the likes of Manuel Neuer retire. Thomas Muller, we do not know how much he left on his cloak or in his boots. So it's going to be a huge task, a gigantic task for Vincent Kompany. Of course, he will have to compete out. He will have to outcompete that is Xabi Alonso at Bayer Leverkusen to try and win back the Bundesliga next season. Anyway, that's it for me from Football Tribe. Here, if you're new, do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Leave your comment in the comment section if you have any views to share about some of these managerial roles, the way they are happening. And I'll see you next time. Stay blessed. Have a wonderful week ahead.